So ROS education at ClearPath has beginning gaining motion. My colleague Ely has done a lot of ROS series about learning ROS. And we felt that we can do a better introduction of ROS with the Turtlebot Euclid. So historically, the Turtlebot has been the entry-level ROS platform. And if we look at its anatomy, we can see that it consists of a plate, RGB camera, some standoffs, a netbook, and a mobile base. These have changed between the two iterations of the Turtlebot 1 and 2. And through ClearPath, I've noticed a lot of things have been done well. It's a pre-assembled turnkey solution for most users. It's low cost. There's a huge ROS community you can see from the GitHub. There's plenty of tutorials on how to use the Turtlebots, and there's many demos that you can use out of the box. But there's areas of improvement. The netbooks have been a pain in ClearPath's existence. They go end of life very quickly. They don't use standard drivers. Some of the components are not well supported in Linux, such as the touchpads or scroll panels. There's no UI other than the RQT1, but there's no general UI that you can log into. You're forcing the initial users to start with command line, which can be a difficulty for them. And Linux networking. There's a lot of issues setting up two machines to talk to each other. So we feel that ClearPath knows Turtlebots. They started selling them in 2001. We're averaging 200 units per year. An interesting stat is that 70% of the Turtlebots purchased from ClearPath are pre-assembled. So this is where the Turtlebot Euclid comes in. So sticking with anatomy, we can see that it's the same anatomy as the previous Turtlebots, where there's plates, standoffs. However, we take the RGB camera and a netbook and we combine it into one unit, which is made by Intel and was presented last year, and this is the Euclid. And then we use a new mobile base, the Crate 2 from iRobot, and we add our own special sauce, which is the MCU. So that was already what I said. So the Intel Euclid is an Intel Atom quad-core, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. However, it also combines the RGB camera, the RealSense RZ300. It also has a lot of connectivity options, and it also adds some sensors such as the IMU, barometer, GPS, and proximity. There is an option for a battery or a powered backpack, and it's pre-installed with Ubuntu, ROS Kinetic, and the middleware for the camera. This totally eliminates the need for a netbook, and also allows for a platform that you can develop on outside of the robot. The Euclid is total robotics package that you need for this robot. So the Euclid out of the box comes up with an AP. You go to the prefix, the IP address, and you have this AP that you can log into, and you can start running demos. And right out of the box, there's a few demos that you can run. You can configure the networking. You can do all this from the UI of the Euclid. There's no need to learn the command line. There goes one step further, where there's actually a VNC server, so you don't even need a Linux machine on your end to interface with it. You log into the VNC server, and then you can actually view RViz or get into the command line. So what ClearPath does has an MCU on the Crate to interface with the Crate and be a messenger to the Euclid. So we use an ESP8266 microcontroller, which talks serial to the Crate. Now this is needed because initially the Crate will not supply enough power to the Euclid to turn it on. Additionally, the ESP does the state management of the Crate too. There's user power breakout if the user wants to add any additional sensors. It's ROS serial to the Euclid, and we use ROS control to interface with the base. So just to quickly go over the gentle introduction that the Turtlebot Euclid will provide is quick start with an AP, controlled by UI, pre-configured with all the software from the factory, a VNC server. And in typical ClearPath humor, we believe that Turtlebot Euclid will become the norm. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.